Well, I delighted a bunch of Garden Warfare 1 enthusiasts with my fairly recent video of why the first shooter game is better. But those guys clearly didn't watch my videos comparing the first two tower defense games, because I play both sides. Yes, in this video I'm going through 5 things that Garden Warfare 2 does better than its predecessor. Pretty obvious concept, so I'll just launch right into the video, but like last time, I've got a few honourable mentions. First of all, more balanced classes. This might be a storm in a teacup given GW2 introduced some of the most annoying classes, the Imp being the prime suspect. But the classes in the first game always felt unbalanced. Plants got a sniper, but zombies for some reason got a tank in place. The second game gave both teams both of those respective roles, and the zombies, snipers and melee classes both got secondary weapons for added versatility. A few other things were also patched, such as the Sunflowers getting a damage buff because they always struggled to get anything done in the first game except for sweaty Fireflower mains, and Chomper's Spikeweed was buffed while the Goop got nerfed. Although they went a little too far with some of the ability tuning. P-Gatling be able to destroy Z-Mechs on the other side of the map. Another one is removing the instant respawn exploit. This is a minor one, but everybody's at that situation where the person they're about to kill is out and respawns, since in the first game it's possible, but the second game requires you to not take damage for 3 seconds before respawning. Similarly, drones got patched so their cooldown isn't reset if you die, preventing drone campers at demolished turf games. And finally, split screen mode. One that won't matter for everyone, but it allows for local multiplayer, and me and my brother have had some top-notch sessions this way, while all the first game had was some survival version of Ops. Anyway, the main list, let's go. Number 1, more characters. Well, obviously. 3 new classes on both teams, plus the Torch down the Hovergoat 3000, and 2 more variants on each class, except Chomper, who got 4 for Christ's sake. More variety, more fun. Even if none of the new classes except Corn and Imp are among my favourites, it not only helps balance the game but allows for countless hours of fun, plus more variants to master due to the levelling system. We'll get there soon. Of course, there are 4 characters who didn't return from GW1, but honestly 3 of those I could care less about, and I know that people get mad at me for that, but I'll explain. Berry Shooter just feels like a brain-dead regular P, which just bores me. Chester Jumper just has a boring gimmick, which pretty much forces you to go for swallows instead of bites. And Dr. Chester should be enjoyable, given I like Zoologist, who is basically a reskin. But his hit reg is so dodgy here, he just ain't quite there. So that just leaves Citrus Cactus, the goddess herself, the original close range cactus. So yeah, the greater number of characters is absolutely a reason to play GW2 over the original. And of course the addition of legendary characters is a huge plus side, no matter how annoying it can be trying to unlock them. My second reason, the better rank system. This is probably the one you click the video for, because although you only have to level up classes in GW1 rather than every variant, the way you do it is bloody stupid, with all these weird challenges, and they get very dumb and very specific very quickly.
Kill 5 baseball stars with Power Chomper's chain lightning damage while gooping a rocket drone and taking a dump in a magician's hat.
Besides, leveling up on the first game is kind of pointless, besides getting a level 10 character, although a lot of those suck anyway, as you don't get the upgrades this way. You get those from packs instead, which sound like a good thing as you're not forced to grind out characters who are mediocre without certain upgrades, but at least in GW2 you can choose who the upgrades are for, rather than having to get them for the goddamn chomp thing when you want to improve your alien flower. In the second game you just play the character, essentially being rewarded XP in place of coins from the first game. Is grinding painful? Yes, but at least it doesn't require buying packs of skip challenge stars. Of course GW2 does still have challenges, but that's simply to earn stars and build your XP multiplier up, and these quests are a lot simpler. The third reason for favouring GW2 is the solo play. Basically, on GW1 you have to have the online service play anything, even Ops. Unless you're me, who was somehow able to break into the game by booting it up, turn my Xbox off and then relaunching the game. While that's not possible on GW2, it's not a big loss because there's actually things for you to do offline. The single player campaign and the private play mode, where you can play pretty much anything you'd find in the multiplayer portal against bots, so you don't have to pretty much pay extra to play the bloody game. Of course, you're missing out on a lot if you don't play against real people, but hey, at least you won't get persistently pogoed by EPs, but you might get teabagged every now and then. Furthermore, you can play solo ops, which is actually more fun than playing it online in my opinion, because you can summon up to 3 teammates of your choice. Want to harvest an OP team of Electro Citron, Chomp Thing, Rockpea and Fire Rose? Well, you can do just that. Number 4, more game modes. Another that's fairly self-explanatory, but since this is YouTube, I'm going to go through it anyway. and then do a merch promotion and advertisement for Raid Shadow Legends. I'm never doing that. Well, the last part anyway. While the standard multiplayer mode actually has less game modes than the first game, due to the loss of Taco Bandits, it has the Mystery Portal, and while this isn't really fair to consider an upside for GW2, the fact more game modes have accessible lobbies is a huge benefit, given with GW1 you can only find games of Gardens, Graveyards and Team Vanquish, while you can nearly always find mixed mode lobbies in the second game, which allows you to play any permanent mode, and occasionally the Gnome Bomb lobbies are active. That's only for Xbox, so for my PS4 and Xbox 360 fans, you might want to take that with a pinch of salt. While the Mystery Portal has been highly criticised due to many of the remaining game modes being lackluster, cough cough Rando's rapid shithole, it still has a few good ones such as Legends of the Brawl and Capture the Taco, a new version of Taco Bandits that is an improvement over the original. Also there the Backyard, a great hub world, Infinity Time which allows you to get part characters, and also both sides as opposed to just plants, as well as Herbal Assault which is the reverse Gardens and Graveyards. And final reason, shared Vanquishes. While Garden Warfare OG supremacists may consider this a lazy way of getting kills, one conspicuously annoying aspect of the first game is that you can deal almost all the damage on an enemy only for some absolute plonkers to come along and nick it in the last second. GW2 fixes that massively with its shared Vanquish system, which gives you a kill if you deal at least half the damage to the enemy, and this actually rewards you with more XP than when you deliver the final blow. There's an argument that the amount of damage required for a shared is a bit generous given the selection of character that can one-shot most enemies and be guaranteed one, and the Voldemort of the shooter series tone that down slightly. But it's so much easier to go on a high kill streak without playing as Toxic P, and also encourages teamwork as several teammates at once can get credited for a kill on one enemy. Overall, the shared system is absolutely beneficial, and is probably the main reason why coming back to GW1 after banging out the sequel feels awkward. Those are 5 reasons why Garden Warfare 2 is the better out of the 2 games. Please subscribe if you've not already, leave a like on the video, ring the bell to get notified, and check out the reverse of this video if you haven't already. I'm Golden Ninja Vlogspot, thanks for watching.